Dr. Wexler had seen countless species in her 3 centuries of xenomedicine, but the human on her examination table defied every principle of cardiac biology she knew. His heart didn't beat in the steady rhythm that powered humanity's conquest of the stars. Instead, it pulsed in a pattern that sent her diagnostic equipment into cascading failures. "Impossible," she muttered, her chitinous fingers dancing across the holographic display. The human, Marcus Chen according to his records, lay unconscious, sedated after collapsing during a routine survey mission on Dracon Prime. His vitals should have killed him years ago. Yet here he was, 28 standard years old with a cardiovascular system that violated every known law of biology. The pattern haunted her. 3 rapid beats, a pause, 2 slow pulses, then a flutter that her instruments registered as chaos itself. No human heart should function this way. No living heart should function this way. "Doctor," her assistant, a young Terran named Sarah, called from across the medical bay. "You need to see this." Vexillar scuttled to the research terminal where Sarah had pulled up the archaeological database from Dracon Prime. The planet had been abandoned for millennia, its original inhabitants lost to history, but the ruins remained, massive structures carved with serpentine forms that humanity had dubbed dragons for their resemblance to Earth mythology. "I was running pattern recognition algorithms on the cave paintings," Sarah explained, her voice trembling with excitement or fear. Vexillar couldn't tell which. "The symbols we thought were decorative. They're not. They're medical diagrams?" The hologram expanded, showing ancient carvings alongside Marcus's cardiac readings. The match was perfect. The 3 pulse pause 2 pulse flutter pattern wasn't a defect. It was a design. "The Dracony," Vexillar breathed. The civilization that built the ruins hadn't simply resembled dragons. According to legend, they were dragons, beings who could survive in the vacuum of space, who breathed plasma instead of air, whose bodies burned with internal fusion reactions. Myths the galactic community had decided, impossible biology dreamed up by primitive minds. But myths didn't leave behind surgical diagrams. "There's more," Sarah said, pulling up Marcus's genetic profile. "I ran a deep scan. He has dormant genes. Sequences we've never seen in humans before. They're activating." Vexillar felt her respiratory spiracles contract. Evolution didn't work this way. Genes didn't spontaneously activate from extinct species humans had never encountered. Yet the evidence glowed before her compound eyes. "When did it start?" she asked. 3 weeks ago, right after the team explored the Central Temple on Dracon Prime. The Central Temple, where they'd found the Heartstone. A crystalline artifact pulsing with strange energies that every scanner in the survey fleet couldn't identify. Marcus had been the first to touch it. A groan from the examination table interrupted her thoughts. Marcus was waking up, though the sedatives should have kept him under for hours. More impossibilities. Vexler rushed to his side as his eyes flickered open. Eyes that now glowed with a faint golden luminescence. "What's happening to me?" Marcus whispered, his voice carrying harmonics that hurt Vexler's auditory receptors. "Your heart," she said carefully. "It's changing, evolving into something that shouldn't exist." Marcus tried to sit up and the medical restraints snapped like thread. He stared at his hands, normal human hands, yet something in their trembling suggested vast power barely contained. "The dreams," he said. "I've been having dreams, flying through stars, breathing fire, remembering things I never experienced." He looked at Vexillar, desperation in those glowing eyes. "I remember dying, millions of us dying when our sun collapsed. We tried to save our world, but we failed. So we did something else. What did you do?" Vexler asked, though part of her already knew. "We preserved ourselves. Not our bodies, those were already gone. Our essence, our genetic legacy. We encoded it into the Heartstone and sent it out into the universe, hoping that someday someone would find it. Someone compatible," Sarah gasped. "Humans. You chose humans." Marcus nodded slowly. "Your species. So young, so fragile, yet burning with the same fire we once had. The will to explore, to survive, to reach beyond your grasp." A sad smile crossed his face. "We saw ourselves in you." The medical monitors erupted in alarms. Marcus's body temperature was rising, 98 degrees, 100, 150, 500. Heat shimmered around him, yet his skin didn't burn. Instead, it began to glow. "You need to leave," Marcus said urgently. "I can't control it. The transformation, it's accelerating." But Vexlar didn't move. She'd spent her life studying the impossible, and now she stood before the greatest impossibility of all. A human becoming something more, inheriting the legacy of a species that refused to let death be the end. "The other humans in your survey team," she said quickly. "Did they touch the Heartstone?" Marcus's eyes widened. "All of us. We all touched it." Vexalar's mind raced. Not one human. Dozens. Maybe hundreds by now as the Heartstone's energy spread through contact and proximity. Humanity, already the most adaptable species in the galaxy, was about to inherit the power of the Dracony. The galaxy would never be the same. As Marcus's transformation continued, his body lifting from the examination table on waves of plasma energy, Vexlar understood the truth. The Draconi hadn't gone extinct. They'd simply waited, sleeping in crystalline tombs for a species worthy of their legacy. And humanity, with their impossible determination and their hearts that refused to quit, had proven themselves worthy. Marcus Chen's heart beat wrong because it no longer beat for just one species. It beat for two, human and dragon, past and future, bound together in a rhythm older than stars. The age of dragons had returned, and this time they wore human faces.